Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Money Mondays. Go ahead and get my camera going. If you would like to join us with your camera on, feel free. If not, no worries. It is Monday night, live from Lakeview and all over Chicagoland. We've got a lot of exit agents. We've got friends from some other companies. So welcome to everyone. We'll let you guys go ahead and get in the room here. I am going to go ahead and ask everyone to mute themselves as well, if we don't mind, and we'll get going in just one moment. All right, everyone. Well, we are here tonight, Money Mondays. For those of you that have not been with us before, maybe catching this on a recording later, what we do in Money Mondays is we're always trying to build our agent businesses in a smart way, maybe working harder, but always working smarter, leveraging tools, technology, training, and touch. Touch is a big part of it, and that's what we're going to be talking about tonight, because tonight we're talking all about gifting. So as we have a few more people jumping on here, of course, this is being recorded. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you for a few housekeeping issues. I shouldn't say issues, but housekeeping items for us to start. If you are new to us, whether that means just a guest here tonight or an exit agent that I coach already, welcome again. If you have not ever checked out my kind of like little catch-all box, if we were here together last Monday, you know I'm a big fan of Linktree to kind of put all your agent tools for the consumer in one place. I wear two hats. I am still an agent, even though I'm part-time at this point. I have my full-time coaching with our agents at Exit, and some of you in the general industry I talk to regularly as well. If you need resources from me, the best place to go is teamlibert.com, and then you will find my Linktree. And again, if you want to learn how to build your own Linktree, just go to my YouTube channel. I walked everyone through it during Money Mondays last week. And so if you click on that little YouTube link at the top of my Linktree, you will find my YouTube channel. It's got all the Money Mondays content, everything else out there in addition. So you would just go into Money Mondays and Project X. Now, what is Project X? That is my training program built with a lot of the materials and ideas from Brian Buffini. I'm a certified mentor in that program, and also from my personal favorite, the Core Training Incorporated. I'm a level 3 graduate with them. Best money I ever spent. My goal is to get all of us at Exit into core feelings and core ideas. And then obviously, if you wanted to jump even further into it, into one-on-one coaching with me, you can always just click on Schedule Time with Nick in that coaching blog, and it goes right there. If you need extra resources, what we just launched for our agents is, if you are on Money Mondays or any of the other trainings, you may come to Tuesday accountability 4x4 sessions at noon, and you're trying to do that one thing of the week that you're being held accountable for. Well, we just launched Find Out Fridays at noon on Fridays. You can do it in person at one of the offices, whichever office is going to be held at that week, or you can just join us online like you are tonight. But our goal with Find Out Fridays is to really find out what you need and implement it, show you step by step. If Monday night's recordings weren't enough, I do feel like for the vast majority of you, you're going to be able to watch things during Money Mondays, maybe be held accountable during 4x4 accountability and goal setting Tuesdays. But for that extra hands-on touch, we are going to be together on Fridays at noon. So what are we here today to do? Well, guess what? We are here today to learn all about gifting. If you've ever listened to my podcast series, it's actually a weekly radio show that I'm a part of on Sundays. You would know that, and you can click on right here in the link on my Linktree and go into my SoundCloud channel. And in there, we have what we call Stars of Exit. And what I noticed in a lot of you from Stars of Exit, you were talking about was gifting. That you are building relationships with people, that you are trying to gift people things and build relationships better, kind of create more of a one-on-one touch with everyone in your database. Well, I've been doing that for years thanks to Core. What I learned with Core training was that you can spend all the money in the world on marketing, but if you're not turning around and building relationships with the people, whether that's you bought the lead through Zillow, that's a whole nother topic for another night, whether it's a past client that's just a friend of yours, you have to stay in touch. And so gifting builds epic client relationships. Core showed me how to do this in some really smart ways. And what my job then is as the coach of our agents is to go back out and really find the best ways to automate it, to systematize it, to use our tools and technology to make sure that you have everything you need in place to make gifting easy. So I've done a lot of research. Let me be the student of the business so you don't go out there and spend money in the wrong places. That's my job. That's my passion. So Project X Money Mondays tonight, Gifting 101. Well, why are we here? I'm sure it's not just to hang out with me on Zoom on a Monday evening. I know your time is valuable and you have other commitments. So I'm going to make tonight, I hope, fun, quick, easy for you to implement. And again, if this was not quite enough hands-on, come to Friday and we will be together again talking about this and all the other Money Mondays topics. But for tonight, why gifting? Well, number one, it builds more intimate bonds with everyone. And I think a big misconception about gifting is that it is just meant for past clients or maybe people you're currently doing business with. What a mistake. Because if you're only gifting to people that you've already gotten a gift like a commission check from, you're doing a huge disservice to yourself and your database. Gifting doesn't mean tons of money out the door. It means acknowledgments of things. And it's not just a thank you or a birthday. Sometimes it's, hey, I'm sorry that your grandma passed away, or that congratulations on your wedding anniversary. Cute little acknowledgments that these human beings are important to you, that they provide value to you, and that it is a valued relationship to you. It's also going to set you apart from other realtors in their sphere. If you think you're the only realtor they know, you got another thing coming. And there's some of us on the line tonight. I think Joe Lynn is on. She's been in the business much longer than I have. I've got 23 years in this business. You will find out over time, the relationship is key, no matter how you got or bought the lead. You will also find out that everyone in your database is going to meet another agent. And if you're not making sure that you're top of mind, and not just top of mind by slamming them with graphics online or videos like I've been known to do in the past, it's not about one thing. It's about an overall relationship. So setting yourself apart from the other realtors in their sphere. By the way, if you have not yet seen the rest of the Money Mondays for the month, if you want to talk education, we're going to have a great conversation about education on Monday, February 21st. Go right into Eventbrite and join there. You can also just text Grow with Exit Strategy, all one word, Grow with Exit Strategy to 85377. That's 85377. And you'll be directed right to this page. And you can sign up for that video, how to learn how to make video content. You don't have to be in front of the camera. You don't have to have a ring light or any of that kind of stuff. We're going to show you how to educate people using YouTube Shorts, 60 seconds or less. Super fun. You can stay behind the camera. That's value. But we're not talking about that type of value tonight, because there's some really cool people on here tonight. Tracy from our office does a wonderful job of providing education. She's got some great content online for education. That's a huge part of it. I'm doing the little videos. She's doing some great graphic content. Follow each other, mastermind with each other. This is meant Monday Mondays for me to push ideas to you, and then you mastermind, especially if you're at our office. We can do it on Find Out Fridays, but you've got to figure out what's going to be your niche, but you can't just say, I'm only going to educate or I'm only going to gift. But when you set yourself apart from other realtors in their sphere, in your client sphere, in your database sphere, it's not just about your current clients, but the future, you're also creating a baseline for referrals. There's a whole other conversation that I'm going to talk about next week in Money Mondays called relationship orbits. If you've never heard that term, it's because I made it up. But I'm hoping really that it becomes a term in the industry as I continue to coach and speak, because it's something I'm so passionate about. If you guys don't know my background, but the first 10 years I was in this business, I really, really struggled. I would have a great year, I'd make 100,000 plus, and the next year I'd make 40,000. And if you live in Chicago or in any of the expensive suburbs, anywhere near us, it is expensive to live, and you can't have a yo-yo lifestyle and a yo-yo income. And so what I did when I started to learn from Buffini and then eventually getting really deep into Core and their top level coaching program, which is almost $3,000 a month. That's why I want to be able to master it and share it to you guys. I found that building these relationships created a baseline for referrals beyond just a transaction. So that if I have a database of 500 people, the math from some of the competitors out there that I see the coaching, it's like, well, 500 people, 1 in 7 moves every year. That means you need X number of people in your database. Doesn't work like that. If you've got a couple really amazing VIPs, I have some people like the person I'm going to show you a video of what I gifted them tonight, that they power me through things that even social media can't. I love social media. It's a huge part of my business, but relationship orbits, a part of it is social media, a part of it is events, a part of it is direct mail and education, a part of it is just old-fashioned being a decent person. So I can't train you to be a decent person because I'm not 100% sure that I would be getting an A in the class myself, but I can show you how to create these touches in a way that build you and that relationship up so much better so you can get more referrals and your database doesn't have to have 10,000 people in it. Maybe next week on Money Mondays, I'll show you ways with a cool CRM or maybe your CRM to build your database bigger. But for tonight, let's talk about person by person. Can we really go deeper with each person in our database versus just always going wider to get a bigger database? So who and when to gift to? All right, the first one is obvious if we're following the outline. Birthdays, well, duh. Okay, but where do we get the birthdays from? This is a struggle point for a lot of people. And here's how I did it. Not to say this is the right way, but this is the way when I learned through Core, through Kendra Cook. If you've ever met her in person, I've had her come in and speak to EXIT and to our database of agents. But Kendra taught me that, you know, to sit there and say, magically in a day or two, I'm going to get everyone in my database's birthday and I'm going to put it in my CRM. Everything's going to be great. I don't know how long your day is, but mine, even with an energy drink, will be probably 12 to 14 hours max. Miracle Morning, etc. You can only do so many mornings, evenings, etc. to get that information. So I did it one day at a time. And someone else uses that term too, but one day at a time. Here's what I did. I looked on LinkedIn and I looked on Facebook. Birthdays are not on Instagram, my friends. Birthdays are on LinkedIn and birthdays are on Facebook. And so every day, and this may also sound familiar to some of you at EXIT already, if you've ever heard Annette Anthony speak, she talks about 7 by 7. And I'm also now hearing a couple of people say 10 by 10. Don't play on LinkedIn and Facebook all day, but go at the beginning of the day and your contacts, the vast majority of them have put their birthdays in there. And a lot of them, the birthday is public. So if we're not LinkedIn friends right now, go on LinkedIn and you can connect with me there. And guess what? It will tell you my birthday. It's April 1st, by the way. So it's not tomorrow, but you're going to go on LinkedIn and Facebook and simply, this is groundbreaking, put it in your phone under their contact information. And what a idea to realize that, guess what? There are some people, your VIPs, you don't have their birthday. B, you may not even have them in your phone yet. We're going to talk all about CRMs another week, next week, as a matter of fact. But for tonight, I want to talk to you about creating the daily habit, the 7 by 7 or the 10 by 10 of making sure in the morning that by 7 a.m. you've acknowledged 7 things, or by 10 a.m., 10 things. If you followed me in the core training and a lot of the stuff I talk about in some past YouTube videos, you'll know that I really feel like the morning is the best time to do everything important. And you want to acknowledge those things at the beginning of the day. So it's birthdays, so you use LinkedIn and Facebook. Housing anniversaries. Well, how are we going to get the housing anniversaries? Let me show you. So anybody that you've ever, for those of us that have been around a while, that's on this or is going to see this later, we're probably the worst at this. The newer agents, and I'm looking at the list of who's on here, the newer agents probably have the better habits. They know every transaction is a prized person to them. And so they are smart enough to go ahead and right day one as things close, they put in their phone, because your phone is a sponge of information and you darn well have better having it syncing up to your CRM. But that's your sponge. This is your gold mine, your phone. So we seasoned agents, I don't want to use the word older, seasoned agents like myself, we can go in the MLS. Now, there's a couple of you, Helen, hello. Helen is a friend from down in Florida that's watching tonight. She's not going to probably have Connect MLS as the database, but everybody in Northern Illinois is in MRAD. No matter what MLS you're in, there's a way to pull all your past transactions. So in MRAD, aka Connect MLS, we're going to go into My Listings Transactions, and then you're going to go all the way down to Closed. And it's going to give you every single one of your transactions, I think, until 2005. And there's a way to find everything archived before then as well. But, for me, that's 500, 600 something now. I don't know. Something a large amount of people. You're not going to remember, if you're seasoned like me, sometimes even who some of these transactions are, if you haven't been following a system like this. So if I go in and say, okay, well, you know what, who did buy this property? You can separate them out by buyers and sellers, but everybody that bought through you, hopefully, is still in the property or used you as their agent. And if not, what a great reminder that we need to start doing something like this. So you can go into the closed property report and you can click on the MLS and click on additional information. And right there is going to be Remind. So if you've forgotten who the heck you even sold the property to, go into Remind and it will tell you the property tax information, which is who is the current owner and also their mailing address. And so that's going to remind you if that's even the person that you sold the property to. You would then, by the way, export. This is what I would recommend you do. Export every single one of these people, all of them, into an Excel spreadsheet. And then you can do a one-line summary. You can play around with this the way you want to do it. I would do as easy as possible. Just get it out into your Excel spreadsheet or Google Sheets if you like Google. And then you're going to go from there and start figuring out who the heck is actually alive, you're not currently already talking to, and then start breaking the communication barriers that you've accidentally built up over time. The statistics are out there that say almost 80%, NAR, National Association of Realtors, says this year after year, the numbers have barely changed over the years. Almost 80% of consumers say they'd use that agent again. Do you know that it's less than 20% actually do? What happens? They never hear from their agent again. Or you put them on one garbage monthly e-newsletter that gets unsubscribed to, and you never talk to them again. Nancy, I love it. Good job. And then Helen, hello back to you. So this is where we want to go tonight, is I want to show you where to gift, who to gift. So let's get back to my outline, or good Lord knows we won't go anywhere tonight without an outline. Housing anniversaries, pull your transaction history from the MLS. It's not just about good news, those guys. It has been a long 2 years with COVID, and people have gotten sick, people have moved, people have changed jobs. A lot has gone on. What I love about LinkedIn is it does tell you, with any of your connections, if they make something public, that there's a job change, a promotion, a shift, it tells you that. Facebook, you can group people in Facebook. So you can have all your past clients in a group, and you can choose to see that first in your feed. So you see at 8 in the morning that somebody's dog passed away. That is a trigger in your mind to send them something. Is it a personal note? Is it a video? We'll talk about that stuff in a second. But celebrations, thank yous, and condolences, who and when to gift. Do not feel bad if that is a belated note. A belated note or acknowledgement is better than none at all, right? So how do we gift? This is where I put on my tech dork hat and just geeked out for weeks to figure out how to best do this. I smoked out all the bad apps, or at least most of them, and found the good ones. And they're not all apps either. How to gift. Number one, Card Snacks. I bet you most of you have not heard of Card Snacks because it's a newer one. What does Card Snacks do? It sends them a gift card to major retailers. In a perfect world, I would have time all day to go to PetSmart, pick up a little gift card, drive home, put it in an envelope, drive to my client's house, hope they're home, hope that there's the, blah, blah, hope, prayer. Uh-oh, I didn't do it, did I? Nope. So what Card Snacks does for us is it pulls up the gift cards from almost every major retailer you can think of, and you literally, at a touch of a button, do it. So what I did for you tonight, and if you're at our office, you've already got access to the coaching blog, you've probably already seen this, but what we did is I actually made a full video for you of this product. So let me go ahead and get in the coaching blog here and do this for us so that we can go ahead and get this done. Hold on one second. I'm gonna get in the coaching blog. If you are not at our office, don't worry about it. I'm gonna replay it for you right now. And so we're gonna go into Giftogram, because Giftogram is the other product we're gonna talk about. And beneath the notes on Giftogram, I broke down for you some other products, and the one that I made the video about that I'm most excited about is the one I'm gonna show you now. So let me get that video going. This is new to me to learn how to play a video beyond YouTube. So let's go ahead and we'll play this for you. Hopefully you'll hear the sound.
Phone. It's called Card Snacks. It's available for both Apple and Android. Really, really cool stuff. I'm just going to give you the basics because I'm still learning it, but this is wonderful. If you want to send a gift card with a personal message, you can do a video, a text with it, all that cool stuff. So I've got a friend, Josh. He just got a new puppy. It is a past client. So I will tell you, if you filter by category, they have all different kinds of categories. I mean, literally look at all these different categories here. And one of those categories is real estate. So you could do it based on real estate. They've got all different other kinds of cards, sympathy, if the, God forbid, a pet passes or something like that, all the different stuff. But real estate. So there's one real estate card that's kind of cute with a puppy on it. And I thought, wait, that's kind of close enough. And then you can heart that if you want to remind yourself later that's one of the ones you liked. You can add music if you want to, and you can do all kinds of cool stuff with that. This is a free thing, of course. I don't ever make you guys do anything that's got a membership. And so I'm going to say, Josh, so excited. You to be a dog dad. I can't wait to meet him. It's a boy puppy. I do not have time to go back and look for the purposes of this exercise as to what the dog's name is.
And
Obviously,
notice you
I
can
will
make
do that
videos of your
into
own.
the Wise Agent CRM so I can remember it in the future, maybe even into my phone. But in the meantime, you can do photos and videos. I'm not going to do a video right now. I look awful. Animations, little cute background stuff, a signature. Watch this. So I'm going to go ahead and do my actual real life signature here. I'm going to move that down and look at that. So save. And then now you can obviously edit the message, do any music, and then attach a gift. So
look at all these vendors. There's so many of them.
You can do pet supplies. I'm going to go to PetSmart because I know that's around the corner from his house. It's just going to be a cute little thing here. So I'm going to do $20, $220. Add the card. And then let's go ahead and send it. So this is the preview. I'm going to turn the volume up and you can hear it. So that's cute. It says welcome, but it's welcome to the pet, as well as if you want to do it for a home. And then there is his page 2, and there's a PetSmart gift card. Didn't have to go out and do it. Guess what? It's snowing today. Nick Libert, send the card right now. Is this an invitation? No.
And that's a beautiful part is they don't need the app to get the,
that's a great
just comes to them by email or text.
And then you're going to go into your contacts. So I don't have him saved in here yet.
So I'm going to save you the inconvenience of seeing my client's full contact information. It then asks you to pay for it. It's like $1.95 to you to get for the privilege of using them to get the card out to the client. So with that, the next 4 minutes of it, by the way, if you are at the office, you get to see the full video of it, but you really are not missing anything just by having me cut it off there for purposes of time. It does then, by the way, sync up to your entire phone database and will remind you of birthdays that you've got programmed in here once a day. So it won't blow your phone up all day. It's not getting their information. All it is saying, hey, this person said, it says they have a birthday today. Do you want to send them something? And it's for everybody that they know is the birthday today. So this is like on the fly reminders of this is someone that is important to you and you want to acknowledge them. And again, this was not his birthday. It was he got a new dog and he loved it, because then what happens is it tells them, it tells you when they open it, if they didn't open it. So I sent someone, I think they might be on this call tonight. I sent someone a little gift, very minor, and they didn't open it. I know their email is not always, it's not always not full. Let's put it that way. And so I said that do you want to send a reminder? And it can send a reminder by text. So it's a really cool way to acknowledge people with something easy, and you set the budget, $5, $200, whatever. I'm doing little stuff. I'm not made of money just yet. Now, is that just too impersonal for you? Well, don't worry. I thought of you. Here's what I did. The original, in 2018, I started using Giftogram. Now, what is Giftogram? Much cuter, much more custom, much more expensive gifts. So Giftogram is more like they're going to get something physical shipped to them or delivered to them. Giftogram does all kinds of really nice gift baskets, custom things. Kind of think of like Cutco, but for every different type of personality. Really cute stuff. Also expensive. So I got Giftogram. I started using it for big things. But then I'm like, oh man, I just want to do something simple. Sometimes it's $5. Nothing on Giftogram was anywhere near $5. We're thinking like 25, 50, 100 and up. So Giftogram is more like something really big happened, a really important person in your life, and you've got a really nice budget. That's Giftogram. But that was kind of the founder of this whole genre of gifting. You can do levels of automation with both Card Snacks and Giftogram. But if you really want to go automated, there's a third idea for you, and that is called Client Giant. So Client Giant, let me show you them. Client Giant, it's meant for real estate. It is really, there's all kinds of gifting programs out here. So this is why if you're in Project X, my coaching program, free for exit agents. So if you're not in it already, please talk to me. This is the thing. I played with all of them, and some things are best that are just realtor focused. And there's some other things like Card Snacks. Card Snacks, there's no such thing of it just for realtors. So Client Giant is specifically for real estate type things. It's very much meant for past clients and VIPs. So there's two programs with them. And again, it's free to join Client Giant, but then you're going to pay for whatever you send out. $9.99 a month for the top of mind. They do really cute stuff. You know, a sleep mask, reed diffusers, stuff that maybe there's some of you on here that actually, if I looked on the list, there's some of you that are really good at gifting and that have given me some really cool stuff and vice versa. But I got to tell you, I'm not very creative. So also, do you have the time to remember to send out quarterly gifts, box them up, ship them out, etc.? If you are like me, you either don't have the time or don't have the skill set, the creative mindset. Client Giant bypasses all of them. And for, you know, $99 a year, what are you spending sometimes to make up? I've run over, you know, $58 bottles of champagne to someone because I forgot their birthday. And I'm like, is that really as great as having these nice quarterly gifts that aren't necessarily wrapped around a birthday or a new pet or a death, you know, something like that. So Client Giant is who I recommend for that automated client retention type cool stuff that it's just not in my wheelhouse or time, and it's probably not in yours either. Client Giant is who I recommend for that. I always like to try to make sure that I get a training that meets everybody's needs. So for somebody that's been around a long time and wants to really do cool things, Client Giant, Giftogram, Card Snacks is for somebody that's maybe newer, or those of us that just have a lot of people in our database and have a lot of acknowledging to do. If you're on a budget, here's what I'd recommend you do. Still do 1 through 3, at least download Card Snacks and play with it. But then here's all you need to do. Go in and do the 7x7 or the 10x10, put them in your phone, make a video. Do not write on their Facebook wall. Do not send them a LinkedIn message, because I don't know about you, the last time I looked at my LinkedIn messages, it was 95% spam from strangers or people that I connected with and I realized they're trying to sell me something. Make them a video. It takes 5 seconds to say happy birthday, sing them a song. I have a friend at another company that I'm doing a little bit of coaching help with. They're probably coming to exit. And, I said, I know you're on a budget. You're starting to take off. We played around with the idea of just doing the videos. He's had so much success with it. What I've had success with is also personal notes. And I show this to you. Some of you guys that have been on a couple of my past trainings know I keep these in my desk drawer at home. It's my grandpa's desk. I work at the same desk he did. And I keep in the drawer literally the same way he did, because this is such an old school technique and it works better than ever today. Yay, literally Dollar Tree notes. They don't say happy birthday. They don't say anything on the inside. So a yay is a yay, and just don't send out a yay when someone died. And I just send them out in the mail. Direct mail works better than ever now, because guess what? People aren't sending stuff as much anymore. So when you do get something in the mail, it's much more special. One caveat to direct mail, if you've been in my coaching, you've heard me say this before, especially since COVID, we are opening our mail less and less. We got everything on auto debit or, ACH draft out of our bills. We don't get as much mail, so we don't open our mailboxes as much. So if it's time sensitive, don't send direct mail as much. But even if it's late, I got to tell you, a card, a personal handwritten card, not the automated generated ones, a personal card is really great, and it costs you under $1 to do that. So really, really consider doing that if you're on a budget. I try to send out at least 2 pieces of mail a day. For those of you with a bigger database or gifting programs, that's going to even go up from there. If you're brand new, you absolutely should be sending out 2 personal acknowledgments of some sort a day. Is it a video? Is it a handwritten note? Don't get into the crutch of, well, I wrote on their Facebook wall. It gets lost in translation at this point. Some of the people that I have their birthdays noted because it's in Facebook, I don't think they've been on Facebook in years. The account's probably deactivated, but the birthday is never deactivated. So let me give you a couple bonuses here, and then we'll see if there's any Q&A. Bonuses. This is from Core Coaching. This was a just amazing thing that they did. It is called the All About You form. What is the All About You form? It is simply a Google form. So you go to forms.google.com and you create a very simple questionnaire. Why? And go back to my outline so I make sure I use the same verbiage. You're going to want to get to know your contacts better so the gifts get better. Over time, I have had wonderful friends that have decided they no longer wanted to drink. So is a bottle of wine appropriate? Probably not. Your friends that are expecting or their spouses, probably not great to get them a bottle of champagne. They're not going to be able to drink it for a while. What is right for a client is going to be based on what you know about the client. And you can't get that a lot of times through social media. So the All About You form, go to forms.google.com. It's also, and then you create the form yourself. Now, if you're in my coaching, you know that right in the coaching blog, I have a sample All About You form. For those of you guys that are not in my coaching, I will give you a quick version of it, and you can play this back later if you want to. I asked for their email address, their first name, their last name, their full home address. Why is that important? Because guess what? I probably need to make sure that it matches up with what I've got for them. Phone number. This is doing what? It's reminding me to make sure their contact information is updated. Favorite color, favorite restaurant. Why would favorite restaurant be important? Well, guess what? If it's a chain, I can go to card snacks, and send them something. If it's not a chain, I can get my little rear end out to the restaurant and hand deliver something. Don't forget, Brian Buffini Pop Buys have worked since the entire time Brian Buffini's been in existence as a coach. And if some of you have been in Buffini or have heard me talk about Core, the reason why they're so similar in some ways, those coaching programs, both of those gentlemen that founded Core and Brian Buffini, they were part of By Referral Only, which was a wonderful coaching program. And they were coaches in it. And they both decided to leave on the same day and start their own coaching program. So all around the industry, you're going to hear some of this stuff. What a lot of people fail to do is they fail to create the systems or use the right technology to make these great ideas from back in the day work for today's agents and consumers. And that's where I hope I am going to be of help to you. My ideal candy or snack treat. Do you know how many times I've sent stuff to people that are like allergic to that particular thing? Here's how you don't do that anymore. My favorite store, my favorite food, my preferred liquor or wine or non-alcoholic beverage for my sober friends, my favorite flower or plant, my most enjoyable hobby, my birthday is, leaving the year optional, and then comments. They then submit, and then you, my friend, get their answers. Responses I will not click on because that's my client's personal information, but what a cool thing. And for those of you going, well, wow, that's a long form for people to fill out. What if you just did a bit.ly, bit.ly, thank you, Marky Lemons, for being an amazing coach to me over the years, bit.ly link to your All About You form. So it's at the touch of a button for your people. And it's not, again, just for past clients. It's for current clients. It's for new people in your life. The All About You form has been a lifesaver and a game changer for me. I'll leave you as far as my content with this. Since I started implementing things like this, you know, when I started in the business, I was making no money, became a top producer, but my income went up and down and up and down. Since I started implementing this, my business went from a flat line of 10 million a year to now last year I did 21 million. That is, though, not a true picture of my profit and loss. In the meantime, I cut out the billboards, bus benches, magazine ads, Zillow spend, all the junk that I was doing that was costing me, I mean, thousands and thousands of dollars a month. All that's gone. And I have the joy of talking to people that actually want to talk to me. And most days at this stage of the business, I'm actually waking up to leads instead of having to go out and jump and get them. So that is what I want to leave you with in terms of my content. I noticed Carmen raised her hand. I'm going to see what other questions we have here. Carmen, let's start with you because you raised your hand.
I wanted to know, do you have the PDF version of that All About Me to share with us?
Do I have a PDF version of it? So because this, so yes, I can absolutely share with you a PDF version of the questions. And I actually have it, I believe, in the coaching blog. Now, my only caveat, my only caveat to you though, Carmen, with that, and by the way, congratulations on everything you're doing and thank you for bringing amazing people into the company. The caveat to that is, if it's not electronic, do you want to play with the paper? I did, during one of my happy hours for clients, make the tragic mistake of, number one, having too much wine. Number two, everyone else had too much wine. So I got these forms back that looked like serial killers had come over and spilled every possible substance on them. And then I lost half of them on my way out of my own event. So depending on how organized you are, you're probably not as messy as me, but also wouldn't it be great if you just had that Excel spreadsheet to suck into your CRM? See you next Monday, guys. To do that. But yes, there is a PDF version of it. It's not that cute. You can make it prettier. For those of you guys at Exit Strategy, you have our wonderful free graphic designer, Amanda, that can pretty them up for you if you want to play in paper. That was a long answer, wasn't it? Who else has a question? Going once? Going twice? Did I talk too fast? Did I not give you enough? Whatever your issue or comment is, I'll see you Find Out Fridays, noon, if you're at Exit Strategy. And if you are not with us, I'd love to see you again. Come next Monday night. This will be on YouTube by the end of this evening before I go to bed. Thank you guys very much for being here. I appreciate you and have a great night. Bye-bye.